Take a break? How tiresome. Pick up the pace. It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free. Keep up. Pick up the pace. Take a break. Pick up the pace. How tiresome. Take a break? Come on, keep up. Pick up the pace. Take a break?
We're back in our cell again. We're no longer prisoners, though, so it really doesn't feel the same. Sure feels that way. But the truth is, we never did anything bad to begin with, so I'm not sure why we put so much pressure on ourselves. Huh? How did you know? True? Alright. Okay, Paimon just wanted to say that we really are an amazing duo after all. It's like we've now gone to so many places together and become friends with so many people. We've never stopped traveling or stopped meeting new friends. There are so many bad things in the world, and we're just two people, but we've still been solving problems no matter where we go. Isn't that pretty cool? You're counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only adventurer here? Then let's ask Catherine to give Paimon an adventurer handbook as well! Paimon will also be an adventurer from today forward! Just our thoughts making Paimon giddy. Paimon's gonna crash, so you sleep soon too. The last time we fell asleep here, we woke up to a whole mess outside our cell. The primordial seawater nearly rose up. That was so scary. We should be safe now, right? All right then. Good night to you, traveler.
Huh?
Now for a little rest after breakfast. This is the life. Wait a sec. Isn't something important supposed to happen today? Oh, today's our big day! We're supposed to leave the Fortress of Mirapede! Come on, we've got to go complete the release procedures now!
How tiresome.
Please, sign here. This document will be effective immediately upon signing, and you two may exit the Fortress of Meripede via the regular channels.
It's been so long since we've been to the surface. Let's hurry up and... Huh?
What's happening? I'm fine, thanks. But I wonder what that tremor was just now.
Let's go ask the Duke.
Pick up the pace. Come on, keep up.
Your Grace?
Ah, good to see you two. Is there something you wish to see me about?
Yeah, what was with that earthquake just now?
Ah, that. The tremor didn't originate from the seafloor. In fact, it seems it came from the surface. Over the years of serving as the warden here, I have developed a sense for distinguishing between what occurs on the surface and what occurs underwater. Besides, the seal that Monsieur Neuvillette set in place won't fail so easily.
So the fortress is okay?
If you recall our last incident, if there really were a problem, there would be crowds of inmates in a panic right now.
Huh, you've got a point. Okay, seems we need to get back up to the surface and ask about what happened. By the way, do you know what day it is today?
I believe today is this month's pipe cleaning day.
Wait, seriously?
Ah, yes. Have you completed your release papers?
Yep.
It's you two. Are you leaving now?
That's right! Today is our last day in prison! But now that Paimon says that, it doesn't... Oh yeah, Paimon feels fond of this place now!
Then be sure to come back and visit. I'll miss you.
If you've signed the release papers, then you're free to go. The guards will escort you out.
You're not going to see us off?
I knew you'd ask. All right, sure. Let's go.
Well, you actually agreed. No worries, you must be busy. Paimon was just joking.
Ah, so you do have a polite side, I see.
After being down here for so long, I imagine you must feel like you're lacking companionship. Shall I come along too?
Yeah, don't worry, we'll come back to see you. Paimon really likes the cafeteria here. The chefs sure do know how to make good grub.
I hope you won't be here as convicts the next time I see you.
We'll do our best to stay out of trouble. Well, it seems our work in the Fortress of Meripede is finished. That's the end of another chapter in our journey. And since Neuvillette was the one who asked us to come here, we should probably go report to him now. Next up, the Palais Mermonia.
You're going to see Monsieur Neuvillette? Please pass on our kind regards.
I'm sure just your regards will do.
I believe it would be the polite thing to do.
You're right. I've heard the Palais has been terribly busy these days. Tell him that I hope he hasn't been overwhelmed by the recent string of troubles.
How tiresome.
Take a break.
The Palais Mermonia sure is buzzing with activity today.
Halt! Huh? Oh, it's you two. Apologies. Monsieur Neuvillette did say you'd be welcome at any time.
Excuse me, would you mind helping me take a look at this report?
I'll be right there. Sorry, I've got my hands full here. You can see yourselves in.
Everyone's so busy. Seems a lot has been happening. Neuvillette!
Hello. You've come at the right time, but you'll have to wait for just a moment, as there are some urgent matters I must tend to first. In the meantime, please, have a seat. If you'd like to have something to drink, let the Melusine outside know.
That's all right. We just ate.
Very well, then.
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to finish his work.
All right. That should wrap things up for now.
Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting. Today should be the day you were released from the Fortress of Meripede, and it appears that you've managed to complete all the release paperwork.
That's right, and we came here to see you right away.
A massive whale.
Do you have any idea what that might be?
Judging from your description, that cannot have occurred in any ordinary waters, but rather something like the primordial sea. A whale of that size and shape cannot usually be found in the waters of Tevat. Therefore, we can only assume that Child is presently immersed in primordial seawater.
Immersed in primordial seawater? But how? And is he okay?
Most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place. I'm not completely sure how he could have got... Yes? What is it?
Ah, right! Paimon felt it too! We asked the Duke and he said it wasn't from underwater, so we figured you might know something about it.
It turns out that I have just received a report about this particular matter. In fact, that's exactly what I was busy with a moment ago. The source of the tremor was here on the surface near Poisson. After the shaking stopped, the water levels in the...
The water levels rose? Oh no! What about all the people there?
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short period of time and have already returned to normal now. If the change in water levels is connected with the leaking primordial seawater, then the situation in Poisson may be much worse than it appears.
Navia should be in Poisson, right? We need to go check on her!
I would also like to go there as soon as possible, but I'm afraid I can't leave just yet. We must immediately formulate disaster prevention plans for the surrounding coastal areas to avoid potential catastrophes. I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first. I'll meet you there to check on the situation once I've...
There's no time to lose! Let's get going!
Please be careful.
Come on, keep up. Pick up the pace. How tiresome. Keep up.
around here, right? We need to make sure she's still... Paimon means we need to check on her.
How tiresome. Pick up the pace.
We haven't seen a single soul all the way here. Oh, this is getting scary.
What will I ever do now?
Look, there's someone on the roof over there.
Just stay put! We're coming up! Watch your balance!
All right, just hurry! I'm not young anymore. How will I
Oh, he looks pretty sad.
My leg! How could this have happened? It hurts!
Just hang in there. Help is on the way. You can hold my hand if it makes you feel better.
Take a break. Come on, keep up. How tiresome.
Oh, it's Navia. She's over there. Hey, Navia, are you okay?
You're here.
We heard there was a situation in Poisson, so we came as quickly as we could.
Yes. As you can see, the water level suddenly rose. It caused quite the disturbance, in fact.
Demoiselle! There was a wounded resident next to a building southeast of here. We've already transported him to safety, but we've run out of medical supplies.
He's wounded? How badly?
He fell, so it's probably a broken leg. He's pretty shaken up. When the water level rose, he desperately climbed.
He jumped down then. Find the leader of Squad 1 and tell him to take the wounded resident to see a doctor.
Understood. I'll take over his search and rescue mission in the meantime.
All right. You'll be in charge. I'm sorry. Where were we?
The situation in Poisson?
Ah, right. Allow me to explain. A little earlier, we suddenly heard a loud noise. At first, everyone thought that something might have exploded on an aquabus. But before we knew it, water started The rushing water seemed a little odd. Almost everyone on the street who happened to be close to the water Those who realized what was happening started to flee in a panic, desperately trying to get to higher ground. Many were injured. The Spina di Rosula initiated rescue operations as quickly as possible, but there have been a lot of casualties. Fortunately, the water that flooded the area contained primordial seawater, so the lower levels of Poisson are still hazardous. To ensure everyone's safety, no one knows if this could happen again. all we...
How awful. And all of this just came out of nowhere.
It was quite frightening indeed.
Is there any way we can help, Navia?
Thank you for being so willing to help in a moment of crisis like this. You don't know how much it means to me. I really can't express how grateful I am.
Don't say that, Navia. That's what friends are for.
Demoiselle! We've got a situation here!
I'll be right there. Sorry, I need to go for now.
And out she goes. Seems it might be a while before she can take a break.
Okay, the wounded are being tended to, and we finished a preliminary head count. More support has... Of course, we should remain ready for anything, and continue doing our best to rescue others. Traveler, Paimon, would you two accompany me to my father's grave for a moment?
Huh? Right now?
Thank you.
Take a break.
Come on, keep up.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people here, huh?
Well, given the time of day and the whole situation in Poisson, Paimon doesn't think there'd be a ton of people here visiting graves.
Right. That's how things are now. The living are so exhausted that they've no strength to spare any words for the dead.
Navia? Navia, what's wrong?
Sorry. I just... Malus and Silver... They won't ever come... What should I do, Papa?
Huh? What happened to them?
Everyone agreed on the rescue plan, but they were helping evacuate the residents, but they couldn't leave in time. And they were...
What should we do?
I've known them for so long. I could at least hold a funeral for my father, and I know where he rests. But as for Malus and Silver, they're just... gone. I just can't...
Everything looks so clean after it rains. Even the gravestones. I didn't expect that you'd enjoy a glass of red wine in front of Master Callus's grave.
I can understand. Besides, the scenery here isn't half bad.
See, it's not just me. I always want to bring something when...
How could Master ever be upset with you, Demoiselle? Yet the cemetery is the home of those who have passed, is it not?
Buying yourself a plot in advance, are you?
No need yet. But when I do, I hope you'll let me be buried beside Master Callus, Demoiselle.
Hey, stop joking around.
I'm quite serious. That way, it'll save us both the trip to see each other whenever you visit your father's grave.
That makes sense. In that case, could I be buried on his other side?
After all, besides you, demoiselle, the two of us could certainly be considered Master's closest companions, no?
Personally, I believe we fill those shoes just fine.
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden? Seriously. All right. I'll remember, but I'd really prefer not to talk about this stuff. And what do you mean by saving me a trip? I'd make the journey. I'd promised to let them rest in peace here. But here I am breaking that promise. I'm sorry for letting you see me in a mess like this. I don't usually cry.
Paimon doesn't know how to help you feel better. But
I had always thought I could make my wishes come true. But now that I think about it, Malus and Silver have helped me so much. But by contrast, I'm so sorry.
you can spend as much time as you need here, Navia. We'll stay with you.
Thank you. Right now, you don't know how much that... By the way, you can have a look at this. It's a list of victims from the incident that took place here.
Obena, Khan, Burnett, Giverny, Francine, Karina. So, everyone else is safe. But still...
It's okay. I know what you're thinking. And you're right. We lost Malus and so the overall outcome indicates that the cost...
Right! Don't think that way, Navia. One person might be saved at the expense of another, sure, but that isn't so... Malus and Silver were not the price for saving anyone. They're heroes!
You're right. Thank you, Paimon. What you said just now was pretty amazing, actually. I'll remember your words.
Oh, really?
Seems you've become more eloquent in the time since we last met.
The knave? What are you doing here?
Is everything going well on your side?
Yes, my people are carrying out the mission according to your request. All the residents of Poisson have been evacuated, and we're preparing to relocate them to higher ground. As for these supplies, we have everything taken care of. There is no need to worry.
Thank you very much.
Wait, do you two know each other?
We just met recently. Right, Miss Navia?
Usually, I would call this a coincidental encounter. But that doesn't quite... Thanks to the knave, Spina di Rosula received generous support from the Fatui, which allowed us to complete the rescue and evacuation work so quickly.
Mutual aid is essential to fostering positive developments. We were already in the area, in any case, so it was nothing. That said, I must say that you're a lot sharper than you let on. I'm sure you understand what I mean.
I apologize for all the ways in which I tested you previously. We've never worked with a Fatui before, and it's extremely important for us to know who we're working with. My subordinates have reported that Fatui soldiers have been observing water levels.
This is nothing to brag about, nor do I intend to. It is simply the way of powerful organizations to act. As I've told this traveler before, I know of the prophecy, and I intend to... Lending your organization a hand was a natural first step in accomplishing that. As such...
Without your help, there would have been many more casualties. I won't forget your kindness.
Furthermore, I sincerely regret what happened to Malus and Silver. I only wish that my people...
Don't say that. You and your subordinates did everything you could. As Paimon said, Malus and Silver didn't choose to sacrifice themselves for any specific person. And they weren't the price paid for other salvation. They chose to... I've never liked hearing people put it that way. It's like trying to relieve pain.
You're right. I'm sorry for your loss, Miss Navia. Water is life to Fontaine's people, and it also spells disaster. It's no wonder that people always say that prophecies represent fate. Fortunately, I've never been one for such opinions.
So, you're one who will try to change fate then?
Of course. That is why I'm going to Hotel Bouffe de Thé. I still have some things to take care of, and the By the way, Traveler, Paimon, one more thing.
Alright, then we'll just... Huh? This isn't right. Paimon thought you would ask us to walk with you for a moment so you could tell us something in private.
That is a clever and useful conversation technique, which I do like to use when necessary. But there's no need today. It would not hurt to have Miss Navia listening in. Traveler, I'm sure you remember that I said we could work together. You and I both know that there may be issues with the primordial sea. Indeed. Allow me to share the latest intel I've received from the House of the Hearth's intelligence network with you. During some recent investigations, a child claimed to have discovered some ruins near Poisson. The ruins date back to ancient times. Judging by the dating of the ruins, they may be related to the prophecy and the coming crisis. The situation is becoming... My people initially came to prepare for ruin exploration. Unexpectedly, this disaster struck. And at present, we're all busy prioritizing the rescue.
So that's why the Fatui were already in Poisson.
I wanted to take the children along, but unfortunately, Linny, Lynette, and Fremine have all been dispatched to higher ground to assist affected residents. Linny told me that outside of the house, the person they trust most is you. Which is why I want to give you this task. The House of the Hearth's members see each other as family, but Linny, Lynette, and Fremine said that they also see you. I'm sure you already understand how
Oh! That somehow makes Paimon feel kinda happy.
The intel I just shared about the ruins could fetch a high price. But...
Got it! So all we gotta do is go to some ruins, right? We can handle that.
Excuse me, but may I tag along?
You wish to join, Miss Navia?
But are you sure you're up to exploring some ruins?
Well, I'm sad, yes. But there's no point in being depressed while we still have a disaster on our hands. Besides, I'm also doing this for myself.
Since you put it that way, I have no objection. All right, the ruins are to the south of Poisson. Here's the map.
Okay, the three of us will handle it. Come on!
How tiresome. Pick up the pace. Pick up the pace. Come on, keep up. Take a break. Come on, keep up. Take a break. Pick up the pace. Come on, keep up.
So, are these the ruins the knave was talking about? Whoa, talk about old.
They seem to be pretty ancient.
Let's go in and have a look.
Just be careful.
I will bring my notebook.
Take a break. How tiresome. Together. Crystalline adagio.
It's dog eat dog! Full time!
Come on, keep up!
What a joke! How tiresome.
Come on, keep up!
Nada condon. Take a break.
Come on, keep up! What? The floor here isn't safe!
Let's test my hypothesis. How tiresome. Yeah.
Come on, keep up! This place has also been contaminated by primordial seawater.
Yeah. And a lot of it, too. A Fontainian would most likely dissolve the moment.
Right! You can't go down if there's primordial seawater. It's too dangerous, and it won't be any help for you to just stay here. Don't get by my wrong. We're not saying you're useless. It's just that...
No, you're right. That complicates things. Maybe...
In that case, do you want to wait for us here?
The water levels here are unstable. I'll go together with you. Perhaps we'll find the exit just up ahead.
All right. Come with us for now, then, but...
How tiresome.
Keep up.
How tiresome. Take a break. Pick up the pace.
Come on, keep up.
Yeah. How tiresome.
Wait, there's something wrong with this bridge.
Demoiselle.
Huh?
Demoiselle, what are you doing here by yourself? Would you be standing here till dark if I had...
Maybe she just wants some time to herself, Maloose.
Hmm? Oh. Was I sleeping?
Yes, it would appear so.
I must be tired.
That's quite possible. However, you were the one that suggested we go out for a walk.
Oh, right. I nearly forgot. It must have slipped my mind when I dozed off. I haven't had a nap today yet. Have I? This is a familiar feeling, yet...
Is something the matter, Demoiselle?
Oh, no. No, I'm fine. I was just trying to recall why we came out for a walk.
Do you remember Mr. Giverny? He'd requested our help before with foreign merchants who had a debt dispute with him, and we'd resolved the matter not long ago.
We were headed to see how things were going with him at the moment.
Ah, right. Yes. I remember now.
Oh? Miss Navia. Ah, Mr. Maloose. And Mr. Silver, too. It's good to see all of you.
How have you been?
I've been great. Thanks to your help, those bothersome merchants finally realized that I wasn't the one they were looking for. Why, I wasn't even the guarantor for that person. They were knocking at my door day and night, even my—
Sometimes force is required to calm some...
That's right. Oh, by the way, Burnett, what was it that you wanted to give to Miss Navia?
Oh, yes. One moment, I have it right here. Miss Navia, these are some flower seeds that I prepared. Please take them. I don't know what we would have...
Ah, did you cultivate them?
Why, we can have as many pots as you'd like, Demoiselle.
Perfect. In that case, we'll swap out some of the decorative plants for some of Mrs. Burnett's flowers.
Very well.
Wait. Excuse me, madam. If I'm not mistaken, your name is Burnett, correct?
That's right. Is something wrong?
No, it's nothing. I've heard this name before. Sometime recently, I'm sure of it. And why are there so few people around here?
We must mind the time, Demoiselle. We still have important things to attend to today.
Huh? We do?
Well, now...
Miss Navia, here you are!
My trial? Wait...
Yes, she's right, Demoiselle. It's just about time.
Oh?
Look, it's Navia! She's here!
And her two attendants are with her! Goodness, everyone's finally here.
There sure are a lot of people here to see the trial. And they all seem to be oddly... excited about something. I even know some of these people. Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen. Why are so many people here? And as for the judge... huh? What?
Please sit in the defendant.
All right. But are you sure?
Typically, it wouldn't be allowed, but today...
Hey, what kind of place do they think this is?
Come on, do they have any idea what they're doing?
Seriously.
Enough with the whispering! Could someone please tell me where Monsieur Neuvillette is? And why I'm standing trial?
My dear Miss Navia, Have you not yet realized what you've done? In that case, allow me to explain. As all here know, you are Master Callus's successor, the head of the Spina di Rasula, someone held in high regard by every soul in Poisson. After you took over the Spina, you treated all of us just like the late Master Callus had. If anyone in need, not only you, but your butler, your subordinates, nearly everyone in the Spina di Rasula fought for the well-being of those in Poisson.
Wait a moment. Aren't you just proving that I'm a good person?
Yes, correct. Absolutely right. And that is why you stand accused. You have helped so many people get through so many difficulties. You are one with us. We are. We are one big family. All of us who are from Poisson, inextricably linked. And with you being so important, we couldn't possibly do without you. Therefore, this fair and honorable court shall declare you guilty, and you shall stay...
Huh? What? Everything you have said is correct. I have indeed done a lot for my hometown, and I would be willing to be with you all, but...
Ah, well, if that's what you think, then I have no further comments.
How wonderful, Miss Navia!
I know all these people. Why are they laughing?
I seem to remember now. Yes, I get it. This trial is...
Wait just a moment. This isn't right!
Malus?
What was that, Mr. Malus? Our conclusion is very clear and unanimous. Let the court judge her now. She's guilty!
Stay here, Navia! You're one of us!
Demoiselle, don't admit guilt. This trial means to keep you here forever.
I wish to exercise my right to defend Our Lady. Mr. Joinville, you only know of Navia's goodness, but nothing of her utterly independent mind.
She was born a free and independent spirit. She has never been tied down by anything. Indeed, even the death of Master Callus couldn't stop her.
Her actions cannot serve as proof that she identifies herself as part of any group. She merely acted as an individual, extending her hand to help others. Please do not mistake her actions as being otherwise.
Really? As an individual, you say? Don't forget, we are all Fontainians here. This is the nation of justice, the nation of Hydro! Even if Miss Navia only voluntarily everything is measured here in the nation of Hydro. Now I speak for everyone. Our opinion is consistent. Navia should stay. We and Navia are one.
And you would call this justice? Preposterous. You are merely jealous that no one else has a chance to exist as an individual. Have you forgotten how much you all once longed to become individuals, to become independent?
Do you mean to defy our justice?
If your justice is flawed, then why should we acknowledge it?
As you said, we can also have our own justice. Silver and I shall defend Demoiselle. And that is how we will enforce justice.
Ugh, my head... It hurts.
Demoiselle.
Silver, it hurts. My head is... I remember now. Everything that seemed odd from the very beginning. Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen, and Mr. Giverny and Mrs. Burnett, who we met earlier. Even Malus and Silver. I don't want to admit it, but they're all dead.
Don't be afraid, and don't admit guilt.
Absurd!
Who are you to say that she cannot be just? Don't let them escape! We shall keep Navia here with—
Mr. Malus and Mr. Silver, must you be so stubborn? How could the two of you possibly hope to stand against the collective? Do not resist. This judgment is fair and just. Navia belongs to us. After all that happened, she should not be left alone in Poisson.
What are you saying?
No more excuses!
She says we're jealous. Jealous? How could she possibly be an independent individual?
What's with these people?
Who's jealous of her?
She belongs to us!
Miss Navia, she...
Silence!
That's...
Monsieur Neuvillette!
Such commotion is prohibited in the court. The accusations you just presented are nonsense and cannot constitute a proper trial. The court will adjourn for the rest of the day. In this, I shall hear no objections from—
Our thanks, monsieur.
Please leave with me, Miss Navia.
But...
Go on now, demoiselle. This is your only chance to leave this place.
Malus.
My apologies. I couldn't resist making one little joke once I realized that this shall be our last goodbye.
Malus... Silver...
Quickly, you must come now!
Goodbye, demoiselle.
Farewell.
No, wait! Just a second!
Navia?
You're awake. Good.
I must have been dreaming. Malus and Silver were still alive, and they were...
It looks like you're all right.
Did all the sad feelings cause you to have a nightmare?
The ruins you were exploring suffered a cave-in. When I arrived, I found you falling. You were just about to be dissolved within, but... I think I saw 2 Oceanids protecting you. It was only for a moment, perhaps even a fraction of a second. But they gave... Were it not for their intervention, I would not have been able to
Wait! Did you say Oceanids? You mean like what happened?
Perhaps those 2 Oceanids were the people you saw in your dream.
I always told them that they didn't have to protect me. To think that they'd keep doing so even after death.
Please come with me.
Neuvillette, are you okay?
Oh, I am quite all right. Perhaps there's...
Why do you look so stiff, Olive? Oh, Paimon knows. You're the type who feels awkward when there's nothing to talk about.
I merely thought that we should give Navia some time to herself.
Huh? Why didn't you just say so then? Don't you think it's even more awkward to call us over like this and then have nothing to talk about?
I suppose so. Ah, Sigewinne. I hope all is well with her these days. Her work in the Fortress of Meropide has not been too much.
No way! Don't worry. She's doing fine down there. She's an amazing
I see. Well, that is good. I have always worried that Sigewinne would need a lot of time.
Oh, and the Duke also says hi. Even though Sigewinne made him do that. He hopes that you haven't been overwhelmed by all that time.
Thank you. I have indeed been busy lately, and I also hope that everything...
He still doesn't know what to talk about. Let's chat about something else then. So, Neuvillette, you're probably...
Yes, of course.
This isn't going anywhere. Let's try something else. How did you find these ruins? Did the knave tell...
Yes, in fact. I had arranged to meet you in Poisson, but when I arrived, I discovered that the Fatui were helping the residents evacuate. Amid my astonishment, I ran into the nave, and we had a chat.
Yeah, we originally planned to meet up with you.
Take a break?
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting like that. I'm feeling much better now. I guess we should get going again. Will you come with us, Mr. Neverlet?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind my company.
All right! Another one joins the party! Let's get going then!
Shadow me. Wow. Take a break. Cha. How tiresome. Come on, keep up. Pick up the pace.
Oh no, another unstable path. Watch your step.
Pick up the pace.
Watch out! There are rocks falling over here!
Here, boy!
Come on, keep up. A spot of tea-time entertainment. How tiresome. Come on, keep up. How tiresome. Take a break?
It seems we're almost at the top. Keep it up!
Yeah. You can. Waltz of the snowflakes. Sacred name, fortune preserver. Let's test my hypothesis.
Bullseye!
How tiresome. Together. Wheel of life.
Should have drawn faster.
Take a break. Shadow me. Come on, keep up. How tiresome. Pick up the pace. Take a break. How tiresome.
on, keep up.
Pick up the pace.
Looks like we've reached the end.
This is the place. There should not be any other hidden space.
The path sure had some twists and turns, but it turns out that this place isn't actually that big.
Stone slates. It seems like they were put here.
Perhaps we should just leave them be.
There are 4 locations in total, but only 3 stone slates. The slate that shipped.
The surrounding walls also show signs of damage.
There's something written below. Let Paimon see. Reason dictates that this nation be destroyed.
It feels like someone left these slates and these words here for a purpose.
That would fit the circumstances dictated by the prophecy, yes.
There's a person kneeling here. She seems so dedicated. And there's a whole bunch of other people behind her doing the same.
And is that Lady Farina in the 3rd image? Did the Hydro Archon fall into the water?
And is that a ring of people around her? Paimon doesn't quite get it. Are they all in
the 4th image? I know this one. This exactly matches the content of the prophecy.
The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain. More information should be hidden in these slates, but I fear I cannot easily uncover it. Most likely...
Don't blame yourself, Monsieur Neuvillette. Deciphering ancient stone...
Ooh, Paimon's getting the chills just look. This says that it's the history of the future, right?
I really...
Still...
That's right! If the images are in chronological order, shouldn't the 4th, the waters drowning Fontaine, come before the 3rd, where the Hydro Archon herself falls into the water?
And yet the order is reversed here.
If we go by timing, Lady Farina only emerges in the 3rd image. That means that the person in the 2nd image might be the previous Hydro Archon.
Egeria, then. I had never met her, but her appearance here does match the records. The previous Archon kneeling before the floating island in the skies, as if confessing a sin.
Did she herself commit that sin? And if not, why? Also, I'm still wondering why these ancient stone slates are here at all. Judging from their content...
But who would have created...
It seems that any further clues will have to come.
In that case, there's no time to lose. There's nothing...
Yeah, we better get somewhere safe for now.
pick up the pace. How tiresome.
Let's split up here. I'm going to check on what's happening with the Spina. You know.
You still have energy for that, Navia? Paimon's already be-
Just head back to the Fleuve-Cendre and have a rest then. Thanks for-
I'll depart as well. Thanks for your hard work today. Traveler, I will go talk to Farina tomorrow morning to ask about the stone slates. I'm sure that you're concerned about this matter as well. If you have time, drop by my office.
Are you really gonna talk to her about this directly? Will that be a problem?
She has long been harboring secrets, and will not give them up easily.
Alright, we'll leave it in your hands then.
I will be carefully considering.
Traveler, Paimon, our safe house at the Fleuves. All right.
Welcome back. We've got a special...
Yay! And there's good food too! Navia... no. Ooh, desserts! Paimon's already starting to forget what happened.
Oh, that voice. Is that who I think it is?
Huh?
It's you two. What are you doing in Fontaine? Seriously, nobody just uses a scry glass whenever they've got time to just see who they'll meet on the road.
Still, we didn't expect to see you here. Wait, you're not a Fontainian, are you?
Well, I have some business to attend to here, so I booked a hotel in the city. I was just out. Why did you think I was from Fontaine, though? Is that because Magistus doesn't sound much like a Mondstadter surname?
Yeah.
Well, I used to have my own surname, which was, well, some other thing. Either way, the old hag told me when she took me as her disciple that the first step to be... There was nothing for it, really. She really is amazing at astrology, so I changed my name to what... Nope. Although it is used by us in place of certain...
Wow! Imagine including a boast in your name. Wait, are you gonna have to put that into your genealogy as well?
I reckon so. In any case, I'd give my disciple a name like this as well, if I were to take Astromancer Barbeloth Trismegistus.
Whoa, that's a long one.
My name means Mona the Great Astrologist. As for the old hag, hers is, in plain speech, the thrice-as-great sculpt...
Thrice-as-great? That's so...
I know, right? That's just how she is. She used to call herself Magistus, actually, but once she took me in, she changed her name to...
Talk about excessive.
Magistus is thus the calling card of our school, so to speak, which makes it about the same as a surname. It's all right if you don't get it. You can look into it further should you need to study astrology more deep.
That sounds terrible! But anyway, you're not Fontainian, are you, Mona? You're from Mondstadt, right?
Well, I was born in Mondstadt, yes. My parents migrated to Dorman Port, and I traveled with the old hag for a while, after which I settled down in Mondstadt City.
That's a good thing then. At least we know you won't be dissolved by Fontaine's waters.
Speaking of that, I'm sure you're aware that a bunch of things have happened here in Fontaine, right? I know you're not a local, but I'd avoid getting too close to any water that looks strange all the same. There's something ominous about it. Well, the water, I mean. That was the main reason, yes. Just a while back, the Steambird invited me to take part in a panel and speak about the circulation of the prophecy as an astrologist. The invitation was sent quite early on. I don't think anyone expected Fontaine to be in this much trouble.
What do you make of that prophecy, Mona? Just tell us what you think as an astrologist. Your word would go a long way to make things more certain and less scary.
What I can tell you is that I'm an astrologist, and that this prophecy concerns the fate of Fontaine, even that of all Tevat. Ascertaining this is akin to reading the fortune of the whole world. I'm afraid that this is not something that just anyone can do. If I could do it, you would no longer call me an astrologist, but a visionary. But on the flip side, the prophecy is so huge and powerful that it must surely come from a powerful visionary. Its contents involve the fate of the world. Disregarding it would be a mistake.
A visionary? Sounds really powerful and all, but does such a person really exist?
Of course. The old hag could do it, and I'd bet there are others amongst those Hexen Circle colleagues of hers who could do something similar.
Huh?
Are you sure? All right, I'll help you. It isn't often that I see you with such a serious look on your face. I'll tell you once I hear back from her.
Thanks, Mona! You're amazing as always!
Oh, well, this is something only I can do after all. So yes, your praises are quite welcome.
That's the greatest of astrologists for you! Of all the people we know, you know the star's the best!
Indeed, indeed. That's the spirit.
Oh, sorry. I came to see what all the commotion was about. If there's anything you need, do not hesitate to inform the Spina di Rosula.
Oh, whoops. Guess we were getting a little too carried away there. Well, I'll go tend to my own business now. If I receive any news, I'll be sure to come find you two again.
And there she goes, quick as rushing water. And here we are with the Spina guy giving us suspicious looks. we were able to recruit Mona's help, didn't we? Our Fontainian friends will thank us someday. Good morning. To be honest, I'm still feeling kind of sleepy. But it's time to get up, Traveler. We agreed to go see Neuvillette, so let's pack it up and get going.
To outrun the law, you need to know how it works. You want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Called back to the Zeppeljärni Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings? I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or two. It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free.
If you want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works. To outrun the law, you need to know how it works. If you want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Called back to the Zeppel-Yarny Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings?
If you want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works. If you want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works. If you want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works. If you want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or two.
If you want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works. If you want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works. want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free.
You want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works. Outrun the law. You need to know how it works. Outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
Called back to the Zeppeljärni Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings?
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works. You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works. You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free.
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works. You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
Called back to the Zeppeljärni Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings?
Adventuring underground is way more fun.
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works. You want to outrun the law. to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free.
You want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works. You want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works. You want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or two.
You want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works. You want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Called back to the Zeppeljärni Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings?
You want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or two.
You need to know how it works. You want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works. You want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works. You want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works. Want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free.
You want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Called back to the Zeppeljärni Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings? It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free. I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or two. It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free.
how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problems too big to solve.
If you want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problems too big to solve.
If you want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problems too big to solve.
I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or two.
If you want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problems too big to solve.
Called back to the Zeppeljärni Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings?
Just say what you mean. No problems too big to solve.
If you want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problems too big to solve.
It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free.
If you want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problems too big to solve.
If you want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Called back to the Zeppeljärni Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings?
If you want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problems too big to solve.
If you want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or two.
Want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Called back to the Zeppeljärni Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings?
Want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free.
Want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
Problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
To know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. No problem's too big to solve. Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Called back to the Zeppeljärni Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings?
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or two. Called back to the Zeppeljärni Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings?
No problem's too big to solve. Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Just say what you mean. No
It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free.
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Don't go out on the wall. You know how it works.
Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Don't go out on the wall. You know how it works.
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Don't go out on the wall. You know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or two.
Want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Adventuring underground.
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free.
No problem's too big to solve. Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or two.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Called back to the Zeppeljärni Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings?
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
Just say what you mean. No
I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or two.
Say what you need. No problems too big to solve.
You know how it works. You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
Say what you need. No problems too big to solve.
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free.
Say what you need. No problems too big to solve.
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
Called back to the Zeppeljärni Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings?
No problems too big to solve.
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
Just say what you need. No problems too big to solve.
It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free.
You want to outrun the law.
Just say
You
what
know
you
how
need.
it works.
No problems too big to solve. Just say what you need. No problems too big to solve.
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or two.
Too big to solve.
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
Say what you need. No problems too big to solve. Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Problem's too big to solve.
You want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Problems too big to solve. Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
You want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
You want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Called back to the Zeppeljärni Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings?
You want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
You want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free.
You want to outrun the law, you need to know how it
problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Called back to the Zeppeljärny Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings?
No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think?
Problem's too big to solve.
I wonder who else is free.
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun
Just say
the
what you
law?
mean.
You need to know
No
how it
problem's
works.
too big to solve. Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought. I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or two.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free. Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Called back to the Zephylyarny Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings?
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or two.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Called back to the Zephylyarny Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings?
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Just say what you mean. No problem's too big.
It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free. I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or two.
Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Called back to the Zeppeljärni Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings?
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free.
No problem's too big to solve.
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or two.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Called back to the Zeppeljärni Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings?
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or two.
Say what you need. No problems too big to solve. You need to know how it works. Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
Called back to the Zeppeljärny Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings?
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or two.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Just say what you mean. No problem.
Called back to the Zeppeljärny Palace again? Ugh, seriously. What's the point in all these endless meetings?
No problem's too big.
It's about time we threw another tea party, don't you think? I wonder who else is free.
Underground is way more fun than I thought.
I like music. In fact, I've taught myself to play many different instruments. You don't believe me? Find me a piano, and I'll show you a thing or two.
Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. I guess I'm finally on the right path.
You want to outrun the law. You need to know how it works.
1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4.
Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. I guess I'm finally on the right path.
1, 2, breathe. 3, 4, and
Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Finally on the right path. Finally on the right path. Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Hey, do you know what? Neither do I. I already forgot.
No problem's too big to solve. Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
1, 2, breathe. 3, 4, and
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. If you want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works. Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Adventuring underground is way more fun than
1, 2, breathe. 3, 4, and
Just say what you mean.
let's go somewhere cooler.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
I guess I'm finally on the right path. Some parts. It's taking some.
Adventuring underground is way more fun than
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Some parts. It's taking some.
Hey, do you know what?
Just say what you mean. No problem's
Neither do I. I already forgot.
I guess I'm finally on the right path.
Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
1, 2, breathe. 3, 4, and
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
I guess I'm finally on the right path.
let's go somewhere cooler.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Want to outrun the law?
1, 2, breathe. 3, 4, and
Finally on the right path.
adventuring underground is way more fun than
It's taking some.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve. Want to outrun the law? You need to know how it works.
Finally on the right path.
Some parts.
It's taking some.
Just say what you mean.
1, 2, breathe. 3, 4, and
Finally on the right path.
3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Let's go somewhere cooler.
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law? Need to know how it works.
Yes, I'm finally on the
One,
right path.
2, breathe. 3, 4, and
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
On the right path.
Want to outrun the law? Need to know
1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Finally on the right path.
Want to outrun the law? Need to know how it works.
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
1, 2, breathe. 3, 4, and
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Yes, I'm finally on the right path.
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
hey, do you know what? Neither do I. I already forgot.
Just say what you mean.
1, 2, breathe. 3, 4, and
Yes, I'm finally on the right path.
Just say what you mean.
Want to outrun the law?
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
1, 2, breathe. 3, 4, and
Yes, I'm finally on the right path.
Want to outrun the law? Need to know how it works.
1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. One, two, breathe. 3, 4, and
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Need to know how it works.
Say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law. Need to know how it works.
1, 2, breathe. 3, 4, and
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law. Need to know how it works.
Adventuring underground is way more fun than I thought.
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.
Want to outrun the law. Need to know how it works.
1, 2, breathe. 3, 4, and
Just say what you mean. No problem's too big to solve.